and welcome back to my channel. My name's Maria and my channel is Maria Crocker. Today I'm going to do some festive baking. I'm going to make some mince pies, and with a difference, these are marzipan mince pies. I've made these before. It's a Delia Smith recipe and they are absolutely wonderful. So I thought I'd show you how I make them. So yeah, you may hear my oven in the background. So I'm doing a lot of baking today. I've just made a festive sausage roll wreath, which is cooking now, and now I'm going to make my marzipan mince pies. So let me show you how it's done. So I've been out and purchased some shortbread pastry here. This is just one from Aldi. So let's open up this one. Okay, so let's see if we can get into it. I have washed my hands. Oh, I need a pair of scissors. Bear with me. Let's cut that one open. Okay, so let's take the wrapper off and lay that down there. So all I'm going to do is unroll the pastry very carefully. Then I always find this little end, I like to stay a little bit curled up, so I'm just going to flatten that down. And then what we need to do then is cut out our shapes. I could not find my cutter, I could not find my patty tin cutter, so I'm going to improvise. I'm going to find a glass I can use. So I think, let's try this one for size. Yeah, I think this one might be okay, or was that going to be a bit small? No, I think I got one slightly larger. Let's have a look. Let's try this one. Yeah, let's just go with this one. I think this one might be better. Okay, so I'm just going to press down on my cutter, or my glass as it is in this instant, and start cutting out the shapes. So that's my first one. So just press down, give it a little twist, and it breaks it away. Lovely. Oh, and we've got one stuck. I suppose the only difference with using the glass is you haven't got the little pop out circle, have you? But never mind. Where there's a will, there's a way. A little twist on there. Oh, that one's not cutting through so well. There we go. That's the next one. And work your way down. First one cut lovely, didn't it? This one's twisting a bit. Okay. So obviously you can get the nice little cutters with the little fluted edge. Got a little bit of overhang on there. Let's just pull that one off. Look a bit better. Neaten it up a bit. There we go, that's better. What I might do actually is just put that into the flour. Hopefully it's going to stop it sticking so much. Yeah, it's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. And get as many as you can out, obviously. Straighten that one out a bit, and we can get another one here. Press that nice and hard and give it a twist, that's better. Oh, pop the corn into, let's separate the section. Okay, we'll get another one in here. That's a nice one. Another one in here. And one in there. And then I think we can get one more in here. And then obviously you can roll the rest of it up and make some more. So what I'm going to do now is grease my tin. So I've got some greaseproof paper. I've got my patty tin. I've already started greasing a couple. So I'm going to grease them all so they don't stick. I'm using the pack. I think it gives it a nice buttery flavour, but any margarine or butter will do for greasing. It's looks like very expensive now, hasn't it? I must admit, I've been buying it when it's on offer, but my local co-op, I went up there the other day, just a small one. Is it the 250 gram one? I think it was £5.20. I thought, no, I can't afford that, it's too expensive. So I buy it from Asda when it's on offer, because especially, you have to use it for baking, but especially on toast and sandwiches, rump, etc. It does taste so much better. So what we need to do now is place these into our patty tins. Just place them in the bottom and stretch them out. I don't know how many we got here, so hopefully we're nearly on 12. Tuck them down in. This recipe is really lovely. Been making this the last few years. It's a Delia Smith recipe. I mean, all her food is amazing, isn't it? Just mince pie with a difference. That little bit of marzipan on the top makes all the difference. Okay. So I've used quite a big cutter. This is quite a deep patty tin. Yours might be slightly more shallower, so you could probably get a lot more. I'm just going to roll this up and make the last one. So let's just quickly give that a roll. A little bit of flour in there. Oh, the whole spoon, let's just use that for now. Just to stop it sticking. Okay, roll that one out. Just so we can get our last one out of this. As I say, you could probably make another 3 or 4 quite easy out of the pastry that's left. Okay, so where's my cutter? There it is. Just to put that in the middle, give it a twist. Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it? We'll pop that one in. Okay, so the next thing to do is pop in the mincemeat, and what you can do with the mincemeat if you want, you can add extra flavours into it. So if you want to add some port into it or something like that, or you can add chopped apricots, anything to make it a little bit different. But I'm just going to use mine as it is today. This is a Robinson's mincemeat because I'm going to have the marzipan on top, and that does in itself give it your own unique flavour. So I'm just going to grab a spoon, give me a second. And we can start popping in the mincemeat. Okay, so I'll just give that a little bit of a stir. Lots of fruit in this mincemeat, it looks lovely. Lovely smell as well. So I say if you want to add any alcohol in it, you can, or any different fruits or cranberries even. You can make yours unique. You don't want to overfill them because you don't want them bubbling over. So put those in there. Oh, I can hear my daughter coughing in the background. We've all had these awful coughs and colds and things. We've all been quite poorly off and on actually, so hopefully we're all on antibiotics, so yeah, we're going to be gone for Christmas. But everyone you seem to speak to seem to have had it or got it, don't they? I do tend to linger at the moment. This makes you feel Christmassy, doesn't it? Mince pies is Christmas, isn't it? I know a lot of people don't like mince pies, so I do. I must admit they're one of my favourite. I also sometimes do them with icing, fondant icing on the top, just so you don't get too much pastry, just something a bit different. But these with the marzipan, oh, my favourite. Just put a little bit more filling in so we've got enough in here. Knock that down. Right, how's that? Oh, a little bit more in that one, I think. Yeah, a little bit more in that one. Right, I think we're looking good. this up top, this one, because I have used quite a deep cutter, haven't I? And I have got quite a deep tin. I seem to have lost my small patty tin. I think one of my children's probably asked to borrow it and haven't returned it. So I bet this will be fine. Just makes them a little bit deeper than normal. They're going to taste absolutely delicious. And what I'm going to do, I've got a couple of little sponges on there. I'm just going to grab a bit of kitchen towel and just wipe that off because it does grow mass, doesn't it? You just get it off when it's wet. Right, so the next thing we need to do, let's just move that out of the way, is to grate some marzipan. And what I've done is you put the marzipan block into the fridge so it's nice and cool, and then you just grate it. So I started grating this here. So you just grate your marzipan very carefully, and then we're just going to put this on top of each mince pie, and it nuts and sinks into the mince pie, and it gives us this gorgeous flavour. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so let's just sprinkle some on the top of each pie, and believe me, they're absolutely delicious. So on that one. It's quite warm in the kitchen, it's starting to stick together, so let's break it up a little bit so it's a bit more festive. It just gives it a completely different flavour. That one. A little bit more. As I say, it's easier to grate this straight from the fridge. So onto that one. And let's use our last sprinkles and put onto our last one. They're looking lovely already, aren't they? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in the oven, and I will show you them when they come out. So let's just put that glass from up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, they're ready to go in the oven now, so I'm going to put them in the oven, and I will turn off the camera now and show you the end result. Yes, so I've just taken them out of the tray and put them onto the plate, and they look absolutely delicious and they smell gorgeous. Yeah, so the marzipan is infused into the mincemeat and little crunchy bits of marzipan on the top. How wonderful are they? Just something a little bit different, isn't it? So I said that was a Delia Smith's recipe, and they took 190 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. They were quite quick to cook. The next recipe I'm going to do is a Jamie Oliver's recipe, which is a chocolate and ginger tray bake with pears on top, and that's very easy to do, very simple, and again something different. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.